Pakistan is walking a tightrope, balancing its biggest trading partner, China, against its largest export market, the United States. As Washington and Beijing compete for influence, Islamabad is trying to turn this rivalry into an economic opportunity. That's according to Mohiuddin Azam, who wrote for Dawn's Business and Finance Weekly recently. Now let's take a deep dive into his article. On one side is China, Pakistan's largest source of imports. In the last fiscal year, Pakistan imported more than $16 billion worth of goods from China, everything from machinery and electronics to steel, chemicals, and now even solar panels and electric vehicle components. This heavy reliance fueled growth but leaves Pakistan vulnerable. Most imports are tied to large-scale infrastructure and industry, while Pakistan's export to China remains weak. At just over $2.3 billion, they are mostly low-value items like rice, seafood, cotton, and sesame seeds. The trade imbalance is striking, and it underlines Pakistan's dependency on Chinese supply lines. On the other side is the United States, Pakistan's single largest export destination and a consistent source of surplus. In fact, exports to the US surged past $6 billion last year, while imports were less than $2 billion. The result? A surplus that gives Pakistan's breathing space in its external accounts. The US market is still dominated by textiles, but leather goods, carpets, and even medical equipment are slowly carrying out space. And now, a new trade accord signed off in Washington has reduced US tariffs on Pakistani goods to 19%. That means textiles, leather, and medical exports can enter American markets more competitively. Strategists in Islamabad know these two tracks require different approaches. With China, the challenge is to reduce dependency by moving up the value chain, producing high-value exports like steel, renewable energy equipment, and advanced textiles. With the US, the priority is to diversify exports beyond textiles, so Pakistan doesn't expand on a single sector. Both tracks demand better trade diplomacy, targeted policy support, and sharper competitiveness. All of this plays out against a much larger backdrop, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, part of Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative. Projects under CPEC have transformed Pakistan's energy and transport networks, from new highways and power plants to the operationalization of Gwadar Port, but debt management, local resistance, and security risks remain serious challenges. Meanwhile, ties with Washington are also warming. High-level visits have discussed cooperation in mining, energy, and counterterrorism. Yet history shows US policy toward Pakistan can swing quickly, often tied to Afghanistan or India. For Islamabad, the art is in balance. Too much tilt towards one power is alternating the other. But if managed wisely, Pakistan could secure the best of both worlds. Chinese infrastructure and technology on one side, and American markets and legitimacy on the other side. It's a survival strategy, but also a chance to turn rivalry into opportunity. That's a wrap for now. If you want to read the original piece, we have linked it in the description below.